Guy Code with Rena Osware.
Welcome to another episode of The Guy Code. I'm Rena Osware. Now, on this episode, we're going to be talking about how to keep her long term. This is for the guys who have identified a lady and want to sustain a long term relationship. I'll just get right into it. Number one, you have to understand polarity. If she's in her feminine, you need to be in your masculine, right? For more details on this, I really would recommend this book, Way of the Superior Man by David Dada. It's a very good book. I mentioned it before on this podcast. I definitely encourage you guys to go read that book to understand more on this polarity. But definitely means that when you do what you need to do, she will do what she needs to do. And I definitely understand that the feminine is life force, the masculine is delving consciousness. She's more prone to changing her mind, like life force, like the weather changes. You are drawn to consciousness, drawn to truth, drawn to what needs to be done. You see the forest from the trees. It's very important that you understand that. And if these roles interchange, it definitely will be a problem. It'll be one of those situations where you wonder who really wears the pants in the relationship, and you definitely don't want to be in such a situation. That's number one. Number two, maintain frame. I have another episode on this. Definitely, you can get more details on that one. But in summary, you just need to consistently be the person she was initially attracted to, and even better as you continue getting better, as you continue maturing, as you continue understanding and involving yourself in the things that you like, the things that give you fulfillment, the things that give your life fulfillment and give your life a purpose. Definitely, as you delve deeper into your truth and be your authentic self, you will be able to attract or retain the attraction she has for you, because that's the same person that she fell in love with in the first place. That's number two. Number three, provide varied emotional stimuli. Now, this is just about not being too monotonous and too predictable, because in this day and age where most of us are really dopamine addicts, we look for the next newest exciting thing to try out and get involved in, and that will give us this sense of freshness and all that, of newness, of novelty rather, instead of freshness, novelty. You definitely want to provide varied emotional stimuli by engaging her in different activities, engaging new things, without being too predictable, without being too monotonous, because now it'll just become bland, it'll flatline. And when it flatlines, either of you will now want to get that excitement you once had somewhere else. Number four, you need to enforce boundaries rather, and stick to them. Now, everyone should have a line that they do not allow anyone to cross. These are your boundaries. This is showing your own self-respect. You respect yourself. If you're a carpet that anyone can walk over and do what they want, then that's a huge problem. It's a big problem. Because now everyone will want to take advantage of you if you're just one of these rags that they can see they can walk all over and get whatever they want from you and leave. So you definitely need to enforce some boundaries and stick to them. And this will show that you respect yourself, and it will make others respect you, because you can't expect others to treat you better than you treat yourself. Why? Because they don't know if you're really worthy of that kind of treatment, since you don't know yourself, right? The next one is never lose your sense of individuality. This ties into the enforcing boundaries, in that you never want to be in a position where you feel that you're changing to please someone, you're changing who you are to please someone, you're sacrificing your own truth to fit in with someone else. That's not the kind of situation you want to be in, because now you will be living a lie and you will end up resenting that person, because now they will bear the image of someone who forces you to be someone that you're not. And every time you're with them, you will feel restrained. You will feel that your true self can't really come out, because now you have to have an act to try and please them. And that's a lot of deepness that no one really wants to have. No one really wants to see, because now that's very manipulative of anyone. So definitely never lose your sense of individuality. Bonus point that actually could just be quite elementary is that engage her appropriately physically, so that you can have that bond, and that's quite an important fact, that you definitely want to involve all her sensual, needs. For those people, for those ladies who, of course, as a human beings, we're sexual human beings. So if you're able to engage her on that level appropriately, that definitely gives you a bonus and helps you build that attachment long term, or fairly long term, unless, definitely someone else might come and do a better job, or you want to engage someone else. So generally, if you definitely have the ability to engage her appropriately as far as sensually, definitely she will be more prone to be open and build that attachment to stay long term in whatever capacity that you may want. So these are just a couple of things I wanted to share with you guys. Quick recap is: number one, how to keep her long term. Number one, understand polarity. Number two, you maintain frame. Number three, provide varied emotional stimuli. Don't be totally monotonous and predictable. Number four, enforce your boundaries and stick to them. Number five, never lose your sense of individuality. And lastly, a bonus point is engage her sexually, so that you may definitely create that long-term bond. So guys, if you have any more points that you would want me to cover or address or discuss on, definitely I'm looking forward to it. I really appreciate your feedback on Twitter at GuyCodeKenya. And until next time, guys, we shall talk soon. Bye.
Guy Code with Rena Osware.